Well, welcome back to Turbo Bob's Bicycle Blog, and today we're going to talk about Nori lights. Now, I've had the Nori lights since the version 1. They weren't called at the time, and now they have version 2. So I'm going to talk about some of the ups and downs of the different ones. Now, version 2 uses individual pods, and well, let me give you a little more highlight on these. What they have is a phosphorescent strip that's on the rim or in the spokes. And then they have a LED, ultraviolet, I guess, LED, and that causes the strips to glow. Now they glow in the sun from fluorescent light too. Now the first sets I got had enough for 2 strips in each rim, and I've since gone that way on this bike, the Warrior, and put in 4 strips, and it makes up for a lot more light. The version 2 I got initially comes with enough for 1 strip, and I do recommend you get the extra strip, an extra roll, so you have enough for 2. So as you can see here, I think you can see it right here, it has just 1 row, and yeah, lighting still works pretty good. So let's talk about version 1 first. Now in version 1, used a couple lithium AA's, and all your wiring, in fact down, and you can see it, the wiring comes here and splits off down to each pod. And hopefully I can show you this good. So all your lights come on with it one deal. So you do have some wiring. Now let's get down and see if you can see the pods. Let me turn it back on again. So right here is the pod shooting the ultraviolet light on the strips. So there's wiring here. Now in order to put it on the spokes like that, I did have to do a little modifications to the wiring. They're really designed to fit up in this area, so I did a little modification, but with 4 strips you get a lot more light. So the battery's a little more expensive here, but having it all turn it on and off with 1 is really nice. Now let's go on over to the new versions. So what you got here is your pod, and it's got a switch, turns it on. Your next setting is blinking fast, blinking slow, and off. So there's actually 4 positions. So in order to turn these on, you actually have to go to each individual pod, there's 4 of them, and toggle through there. And also, I've noticed on a couple of them that the switches really aren't working that good. This one's working fine, but they have to toggle extra. And also on one of these used the really inexpensive button batteries, 3502s I think, and one of them already getting a little weak. So they do come with this foam rubber to help for the smaller diameter tubes. Now let's talk a little bit about the tape. Now initially, on the bikes I put them on, these rims are heavily machined, and there wasn't a lot of surface area, and I can't say the tape stuck very well, and that's one reason I went to putting it in the spokes like this, and I did use a little extra to hold it in place. The instructions on the Nori Lights website is very specific now about cleaning and even possibly sandpapering the rims. And this one too, also very machined, and just didn't get a very good grip. Gosh, I hate to bounce around a lot, but here you can see the wiring once again. Originally the pods came with rubber bands to hold them on. Definitely not sufficient. I used tie straps. The version 1 on this bike has really, the pods have stayed in place really well. So when you put the tape on, definitely spend some time cleaning the rim. Now if you do have rim brakes, you're going to be set to have them in the spokes like this, one way or the other. Now they give a great effect, and hopefully tonight I can shoot a video that shows the difference. So this is version 2, individual pods, easier to install, but definitely a lot of toggling to get them turned on and off. Definitely make sure you get the second extra row, so there's room here for another strip, much brighter, and like I said, I'll try to show you a video on that. So version 1 and version 2. Version 2 easier to install, but a little bit more trouble turning the lights on and off. Less wiring to put on. Of course, as you can notice, our beach cruisers, and you may have seen some videos this holiday, these things are lit up with 20 different lights. I put the Nori lights on here because the other bikes I had just didn't seem to really have the spots for them. So I'll shoot you a video and you get a chance to see the difference between 1 strip, 4 strips, which is really unusual. Boy, that really lights up. And 2 strips, which is pretty much more or less standard. Okay, so Nori lights, they're a great thing, but you got their ups and downs. So I'm planning on doing a full post that explains this all a little bit better. And I shot some nighttime videos before, but not one that compares the 1, 2, and 4 strips. Alright, well thanks for watching. Nori Lights versions 1 and 2. Brief overlook on how they go on, what they do. Watch for a night video and a full post on my bike blog, of course on WordPress, Turbo Bob's Bicycle Blog. You're here on YouTube, same name. Catch me up on Facebook, Turbo Bob's Bicycle Blog. That's where I do a lot of my day-to-day stuff, and that's why I'm sure I'll share this there. Alright, well thanks for watching.